I'll try to glance through the main stuff, but apparently PlayStation 5 had a big major drama yesterday with the presentation, and a lot of people weren't very happy with a bunch of things, like including the price, including what else? I would say mostly the price.
Debuted in 2020.
I've heard the disk drive thing as well.
8 Zen 2 CPU cores form the brains of PlayStation 5 and enable high-speed complex gameplay.
Wow.
With character counts reaching into the hundreds.
Wait, is this a new game?
And frame rates that can be as
Oh, that's
high as
Dynasty
100
Warriors, right?
frames a second.
I've seen that before.
PS5 has
A lot of huge in this
powerful
video, be
RDNA
careful.
GPU,
Okay.
which can render anything from intricate details
Wow.
to fantastic worlds with vast panoramas to explore.
Who's buying? Who's buying it?
Ray tracing allows for dramatic visual improvements, including reflections off of water or glass.
Wait, this is not the new Star Wars, right? This is the old Star Wars. I wonder why the new Star Wars don't have a lightsaber. They remove it entirely.
That comes from real-time.
It's a bit sad though.
A custom SSD can load data at breathtaking speed, resulting in ultra-fast transitions between game worlds. And data streaming rates so high that traversal speeds are essentially unlimited.
Is it true that Spider-Man gone woke? Can anyone confirm this?
Tempest 3D audio tech brings
As a big Spider-Man fan,
sense of immersion to the sound.
I was hoping Spider-Man wouldn't go woke.
With audio so real,
But if it's
you may
true,
not even need to
that's
see
just
the
life, you know?
enemies to know exactly where they are.
Sometimes that's just life.
Finally, the DualSense controller has haptics that let you feel through your hands what your character is experiencing.
I think everything
inside.
else is the same, right? No way there's anything changes for the controller.
It's wonderful to see such variety and richness of game experiences. Creators have made amazing use of the hardware capabilities. But
Is that guy using AI?
I do hear about their desire for
Lightsaber
more graphics.
ain't diverse enough.
The dreams of the developers are bigger than can be supported at 60 frames per second, and that leads to an aspect of modern gaming that we're all familiar with.
Okay.
Graphics modes.
Graphics
It can
mode.
be a difficult choice for players.
Okay, so of course you're gonna buy it,
Fidelity
right?
modes emphasize the visuals, typically through higher resolution rendering.
Okay.
These modes might also have enhanced detail or use more ray tracing. But the games only run at 30 frames per second. The
30
visuals can be
frames.
choppier and the controls less responsive.
30
Performance
frames.
modes emphasize frame rate and interactivity, typically choosing to run at 60 frames per second.
Huh.
Mainly by reducing the graphical detail until those frame rates can be achieved.
Wait, am I blind? What's the
When
difference?
asked to decide,
Is there a difference? Okay, this one has more grass. More grass, less grass. That one has more enemies, but I don't think it's a capture the same instances. Other than that, it's really similar though. If you look at the character model, I don't think you can spot a difference. Okay, you can see like there's a yellowish thing right here, and on this one there's no. I think that's pretty much it, right?
frame rates can be achieved.
Huh. Your TV
When
is
asked to
1080p?
decide on a mode, players are choosing performance about 3/4 of the time. Removing that
Wow.
decision, or at least narrowing that divide, is one of the key targets for PlayStation 5 Pro. We want to give players the graphics that the game creators aspire to, at the high frame rates that players typically prefer.
So everybody gets
To do that,
120.
PS5 Pro substantially improves over PlayStation 5 in 3 ways. Here's what we call the Big 3.
Wow.
First, we made the GPU much larger and increased the
Okay,
speed
this is
of the
good,
memory
guys.
it uses.
More
the
RAM.
result is rendering that's up to 45% faster. Second, we made major upgrades to the ray tracing, taking a streamlined and accelerated approach that
Yo,
allows
that's good, though.
calculation of the rays at double or even triple the speeds of
Yo, that's
PlayStation
good.
5.
Even
And
more.
finally, we added custom hardware for machine learning and an AI library called
AI?
PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, or
Yo, this is why you gotta love AI. Everyone say AI sucks. If AI sucks, why is it in PlayStation 5 Pro? AI-driven upscaling.
PSSR for short.
Okay.
PSSR analyzes the game images pixel
AI
by
is
pixel
important.
and can add an extraordinary amount of detail.
See,
which
this is what
boosts
AI
the
do.
effect
It makes your games look nicer. Alright? AI. AI is the future, right? It's gonna make every single game looks nicer.
of resolution of the games.
AI is winning.
Creators are adding
AI
PS5
always
Pro
wins.
support to new and existing titles. And with
Wow.
the Big 3 involved, the results can be pretty amazing. With graphics showing something like fidelity levels of detail, but it doubled the frame rate. Here's The Last of Us Part 2 running on PS5 Pro.
Nice.
It has huge amounts of detail and targets a super smooth 60 frames per second.
60 frames. Okay.
Let's compare this to the fidelity mode on
Okay,
PS5,
the left one is 30.
which is only running at 30 frames per second.
Okay, you
and
can
is
tell.
therefore much sharper.
Right one is way more smoother. Right one is 60, left one is 30.
This goal of
Definitely,
delivering
you can definitely tell.
fidelity-like graphics at performance frame rates
One more
has been
pixel.
achieved for a broad set of titles, including Marvel's Spider-Man 2
Okay.
and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. We can see that PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PlayStation 5.
Double.
Another way to compare the two consoles is to look at PS5 Pro versus Performance mode on PS5, both of which target 60 frames per second. What we see here is
I thought they were gonna straight out get 120.
PS5
you know?
Pro is much sharper and crisper than PS5. For this, my favorite is the parade scene.
I don't see the difference actually. Is it really sharper? I guess it's a little bit, right? You can almost read the word, but this one is like more blurry, I guess. But like, if you're just playing like glancing through, you probably won't be able to observe the difference. Right? You probably won't be able to like see that.
For this, my favorite is the parade scene from Ratchet & Clank. Distant details are much clearer. And here we can see Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is noticeably higher resolution throughout the scene, including the trees and procedural cars.
Wow.
So overall, some remarkable improvement to the games. On PS5 Pro, we can see increased sharpness to the graphics or smoother and more responsive gameplay. This is the big three showing their value. As you've been seeing, machine learning via the PSSR library is being used quite broadly to add pixel detail and boost frame rate. But there are as many approaches as there are game engines. The increase in raw GPU power is being especially effective for Horizon Forbidden West. Apart from the detail boost, that extra graphics power is allowing
this game good, guys?
improvements to lighting and visual effects.
I feel like I want to try out that game, you know? I've seen it before and it seems kind of interesting, right?
And the skin in cinematics.
You fight dinosaurs.
Dwarf's orders.
Good enough for me.
There's no difference.
Ray
It's
tracing
really
is
good.
finding broad usage as
Really?
well, particularly when the games are focused on higher frame rates.
Alloy?
The faster hardware in PS5 Pro can
Genshin
make a
collab.
real difference.
It's really good.
Allowing Gran Turismo 7 to add ray
If it's
trace
really good,
reflections between
why is
the
no one
cars
playing
and
it?
gameplay, while
Man.
continuing to support their targeted 60 frames per second.
Really good.
That boost
Like
in ray
really
tracing
good.
is also delivering big wins for Hogwarts Legacy, allowing not only for
Nice.
better reflections and a greater variety
Hogwarts
of reflective
Legacy.
surfaces, but also for further realism in the casting of shadows.
Okay.
I hope you've enjoyed this run-through of the technology behind PlayStation 5 Pro. Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built, and a worthy addition to the PS5 family. Let me wrap this up by giving you a quick look at a number of games running on the new console.
So what games can support? What games can support this? Let's have a look. I was hoping that we can see some games, not this. PS5 Pro. So we're gonna get the price, right? So that's Spider-Man. So Spider-Man makes sense, right? Spider-Man, like obviously you gotta have that. That's one of the most important one. Final Fantasy 7 as well, I guess. This is the Rebirth version. Horizon West. It's gonna be one of the few ones. He looks AI, yeah, he does actually. I'm not surprised if he is. What's the title of the game again? I forgot that. Is this Elden Ring? It looks like it, but I don't think it is. And this is Ratchet and Clank, right? Everybody's favorite game, more like for kids, but okay. Cool stuff. The sad part is not every game supports it though, right? Not every game is able to be on PlayStation 5 Pro. And I think that's the biggest issue. That's probably the biggest issue. Okay. Interesting showcase. Wait, isn't that First Descendant? I think it is, right? I could be wrong. Because it looks like that. So that's the price. So yeah, this is the price. In USD is $700. $700, man. Just give us new games. So the problem is a lot of people are not happy with that price. Alright, I've never seen... Okay, it's just black screen throughout. I didn't see anyone say anything good about that particular price. Everyone was bashing on it entirely. At that price, you can just build a PC that can do it all. Lamau! $699 US. I mean, yeah, PC can probably do more. I don't know how much is the vertical stand. They didn't really mention it. They can't even throw it a stand. Stand is sold separately. Yeah, stand is sold separately. How much is the stand though? Is it like extra $10 or something? It is a little bit weird. I guess you don't really need the stand, right? Do you really need the stand? You just lay it down, you know, you just lay it down. Switch and Steam going to the moon. Can't afford, have to save up. Can't afford a PlayStation 5 Pro. Due to drama, game that hasn't survived 2 weeks. You mean Concord? You think this price is because of Concord? No disk drive, no purchase. I don't know what do people say meant about the disk drive stuff. $700 or $780 if you want a disk drive. At this point, why not just get a PC? Yup, it's probably better to just get a PC. But here's the thing though, a lot of people that buy PlayStation 5, they probably don't really want a PC. That's why they buy a PlayStation 5. I notice there's a lot of people that, you know, every time I go to Reddit and be like, oh, I can't play Wuthering Waves, I can't wait for it to come to PlayStation 5. Because they don't have a PC, right? They just don't have, like, PC is not something that they want. Looks like because a Concord massive loss. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's actually like the main factor. It could be in itself or it could be a separate issue altogether. Because most people are too dumb for PC. PC can do a lot of other things, right? Not just gaming. PlayStation 5 can do gaming and maybe YouTube, I think. And maybe surf the web, I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it. But I assume everything that you want to do in... most of the entertainment things that you want to do on a PC is pretty much available for you on PlayStation 5 and... yeah, people just go with it anyways, right? I think that makes a lot of sense. A PC at this price performs better? Is it though? What can $700 get you for PC? I guess quite a decent stuff, right? Who would pay that much money for almost no upgrade at all? I don't think it's meant for people. I don't think it's meant for people who already own a PS5 to upgrade. I think it's meant for people who don't have any, right? At this point, I'm just not gonna get one. They went ahead and added the scalper gratuity. Okay. Why in the world would you buy a console at this price instead of just getting a PC? Higher than I would have expected. Massive L for Sony. They had to make the Concord money back somehow. $700 for an upgrade. I'm good with PlayStation 5 launch console. Yeah, seems like people are not happy. I never see like... I've never seen a... I'm sure there are some Sony fanboys here and there, but most people aren't really happy with the PlayStation 5.